Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into a high-stakes conflict that derails countless construction projects. It's a psychological trap, and it's disguised as goodwill. You might have heard this phrase before, heart for a heart. It's this idea of mutual goodwill, of trust. It sounds noble, doesn't it? But in the world of steel, concrete, and multi-million-dollar budgets, let me be clear, this idea is often a very seductive lie. So let's just cut right to the chase. Does building on an emotional foundation of trust actually create a solid project, or is it the perfect recipe for a complete and total disaster? So here's our roadmap. We're going to break down the heart for a heart trap itself. We'll expose the conflicting goals of the two main parties. We'll see how feelings can literally destroy engineering standards, map out that critical shift from emotion to contracts, and finally, forge a new professional definition of what trust really means. Okay, first up, the heart for a heart trap. Let's establish exactly why this well-intentioned idea is so incredibly dangerous in a professional setting. From day one, it's a liability. So look at this. The whole problem is right here on this slide. The standard of the heart is subjective. It's different for every single person. It's based on feelings. But the standard of the work, well, that's defined by engineering. It's measured by hard numbers. It is crystal clear. All right, next section. Let's see how this trap gets set by understanding the fundamentally different and, often opposing goals of the two key players in any construction project. This is the raw, unavoidable truth of it all. The entire psychological battleground of a project boils down to this single conflict of interest. The homeowner wants maximum value for their money. The contractor, on the other hand, is running a business that absolutely needs profit to survive. Now, for the homeowner, you gotta remember, this isn't just a project. It's often the single largest investment of their entire life. So their goals are, and they should be, completely focused on quality, on value, on time, and on protecting that massive investment from any and all risk. Now, this slide just lays out the cold, hard business reality. Construction is a business. It's not a charity. A contractor's survival depends on profit, on consistent cash flow to pay their suppliers and their workers, on efficiency, and on a reputation that brings in the next job. It's that simple. Okay, so now we get to see the catastrophic result. This is exactly how the heart for a heart approach doesn't just fail, it actively undermines the goals of both parties and sends the entire project into a death spiral. And here it is, the mechanics of the cash flow trap. It all starts with the homeowner's misplaced kindness, being too polite to inspect properly, paying an installment early just to be nice. This breaks the link between payment and progress. It allows for funds to be mismanaged, and it creates a direct path for the contractor to just abandon the job, leaving the homeowner with a half-finished disaster. And believe me, the danger flows both ways. When a contractor asks for leniency, appealing to the homeowner's heart to overlook a mistake, they are asking to compromise the structural integrity and safety of the home. This isn't just a small favor. It's a degradation of professional standards with potentially huge legal consequences down the line. So what's the solution? It's not more feeling. It's not more heart. The solution is a strategic shift to a colder, more logical, and infinitely more effective framework, an unemotional, professional system that protects everyone involved. The contract is your foundation. It replaces all that emotional guesswork and vague promises with legally binding obligations. There's just no room for interpretation, only duties, deadlines, and deliverables. And then you have the Bill of Quantities, or BOQ. This is your instrument of transparency. It is an itemized list of every single component. This document makes it pretty much impossible to hide substandard materials or inflated costs. It ensures you get value for your money. So when you use these professional tools, the entire dynamic changes. Problems get solved with engineering principles, not with emotional appeals. Ambiguity is gone. And most importantly, both the homeowner and the contractor are legally protected. The relationship is actually stronger because it's built on clarity, not on fragile feelings. So let's just completely reframe this whole idea of trust. We need to stop building on the shifting sands of emotion and start building on the unyielding bedrock of professionalism. You've heard this phrase, right? But I put my trust in you. This is the language of a relationship that's been built on sand. It's a phrase you usually hear right before a major conflict, right when those subjective expectations have been shattered and disappointment is about to boil over. Now, compare that to this. The work must meet engineering specifications as per Section 4.2. It's unemotional, sure, but it's also verifiable, it's defensible, and it is legally sound. It refers to a clear standard that both parties agreed to uphold. So the biggest thing you should take away from this is that the entire premise of the emotional approach is just deeply flawed. The truest form of heart a contractor can show isn't kindness. It's an unwavering commitment to professional integrity and engineering excellence. This right here is the ultimate exchange. We have to reject the flawed transaction of vague goodwill for vague goodwill. The only transaction that actually leads to success is this: standard quality work in exchange for fair and timely payment. It's clear, it's tangible, and it's professional. And that leaves us with one final thought to consider. When your life savings and the safety of your family are on the line, who do you really want to trust? The person who is the kindest, or the person who is the most ruthlessly professional? In construction, professionalism isn't cold. It's the highest and truest form of respect.